Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl again, Mideje. My name is Mideje. I film everything how to navigate life in the UK, relocation, relationship, lifestyle, vlog travels, everything you might think of is quite informative. If you want to be part of this, kindly subscribe to my channel. Just click that subscribe button. Today I'm bringing forth good news to you guys. I'm talking about the Tier 5 Charity Worker Visa. Guys, I'm so excited to talk about this because it's such a big deal. If you've been planning to relocate to the UK or you really desire to relocate and work in the UK, this Tier 5 Charity Worker Visa might be for you. The UK government just gave a latest update regarding the Tier 5 Charity Worker Visa. This visa has been in existence for quite a while, though many people don't know about it. I think now it's time for its revival. In this video, I'll be telling you everything you need to know, your eligibility, how to be eligible for this visa, the cost of the visa, the do's and don'ts when you are on this visa, how to extend this visa, and the necessary details that you need to get going. As you can see already, I'm so excited to tell you guys about this. And then you ask me, if you're confused, what's the difference between a Tier 5 visa and the popular Tier 2 visa? Tier 5 visa is the primary immigration route for temporary workers in the UK. While the Tier 2 visa is more of a long-term contract employment. If you are anywhere outside Switzerland, the European Economic Union, or wherever you might be in the world, and you want to come take up an unpaid voluntary work for a charity over a short period of time in the UK, the charity worker visa, that's the Tier 5 visa, might be the best for you to apply for. So basically, all that this visa requires is for you to get an employer in the UK. Your employer gives you a certificate of sponsorship that allows you to work in the UK over a stipulated period of time. You can enter the UK up to 14 days prior to the start of your job. And if you're on the Tier 5 visa in the UK, you can actually switch to a Tier 2 visa, which is more of a long-term contract. Next, I would just like to talk about what you can do and what you can't do when you are on this visa in the UK. On this visa, you can actually study, you can do some courses in the UK. Meanwhile, some courses might require you to get an academic technology approval scheme certificate. You can also do a second job that is within that charity sector for up to 20 hours a week. If you're under this visa, you can also work for, if you're not working under the same charity sector, you can take up jobs that are under the shortage occupation list, meaning that you can work as a carer in the UK for extra 20 hours when you are not at work. And lastly, the most interesting thing about this Tier 5 charity worker visa is that you can bring your family with you. Your dependents can come with you. How amazing. Those are your do's. So what are your don'ts on this visa? The things that you cannot do on this visa is that you cannot get a paid job, because this is a charity job that you're coming to do in the UK, voluntary charity job. Don't forget, you cannot take up an actual paid job. But if you bring your spouse in, your spouse can actually work. They can do anything. So you cannot take a permanent job other than what you came to the UK to do, and you cannot have access to public funds. Next, I'd like to talk about the eligibility for this visa. How can you make yourself eligible? Number one, you have to be 18 years old and above. Don't forget that you have to have a certificate of sponsorship reference number from your employer. For most people that don't know what a certificate of sponsorship might be, it's a unique reference number that holds information about the job you're coming to do in the UK and also your personal details. Apart from your personal details, your certificate of sponsorship also includes everything that your work pertains to and the working hours you work in the UK and all of that. And your sponsor must be recognized by the UK government to offer a certificate of sponsorship. And your certificate of sponsorship is valid for 3 months within the time it was assigned to you. There's something we call multiple entry. On the certificate of sponsorship, your sponsor can also put there that you have access to multiple entry, that is to leave and come into the UK when you're on leave or when you're on holidays. And lastly, to be eligible, you must have about £945 to £1,270 in your savings, except if you are exempted. And for you to be exempted, that means that on your certificate of sponsorship, your sponsor must add to it that there is a maintenance fee, and the maintenance fee is that they can cater for you. Like they will pay, maybe before you get your first salary, they will cater for you, provide accommodation to you and all of that. And when you come in, if you work for a month, you can now get your salary. If they are not doing this, you must have up to that amount I just stated in your savings, and it must be in your account for more than almost 90 days. They just want to know that you can cater for yourself in the UK. Meanwhile, if you are a citizen of some particular country like Australia, the Bahamas and Canada, and the list is quite long, you might not need to show a proof of English. Usually this visa does not really entail a proof of English, but then sometimes it boils down to your sponsor. If you have a degree already, you can just send your certificate, your transcript and all of that to NARIC. It's like a UK equivalent, to show that you did most of your courses back home or wherever you're coming from in English, so you don't have to do any English proficiency test. Meanwhile, some sponsor might say you need IELTS, but basically this visa does not require any proof of English or any major qualification. If you get a sponsor for this charity worker visa and you're not sure if they are legit, you can go to www.gov.uk and then you type register of licensed sponsors. I'll leave everything on your screen and also in my description box. So there are long list of sponsors. If your sponsor is not there, maybe they are not legit. So overall, a successful application for a tier 5 charity worker visa is 40 points basically, and 30 points, that's a large chunk of these points, comes from your certificate of sponsorship. So no certificate of sponsorship, no tier 5 visa. After you get that 30 points, the last 10 points comes from your maintenance. That's your savings, the money for you to maintain your upkeep and your lifestyle in the UK. When assessing your application, the UKVI will carry out something known as the genuine tier 5, that's a temporary worker visa migrant test. So they just want to know that you are capable of undertaking the job that has been assigned to you on your COS. So when they've carried out all these tests and all the checks, if they are happy with you, that is when they will offer you this visa. And like I said, you can come into the UK 12 days before the start date of your job. You can actually bring your dependent, like I mentioned earlier, guys. And who are your dependents? Your wife or your husband, your children that are below 18 years old. And if they are above 18 years old, that means that they must have been living in the UK over a period of time. But bringing in afresh from your own country, your children must be below 18 years old. And there is something we call the head surcharge fee. They have to pay that when making application. Next, I'd like to talk about the documents that you need to provide to apply for this visa. Firstly, you need your international passport that carries your identity and your nationality. Next, you need a certificate of sponsorship reference number. Not to worry, this will be offered to you or given to you by your sponsor. And then you need to have evidence that you can support yourself in the UK if stated otherwise in your certificate of sponsorship. That means if your sponsor doesn't prove that they can support you in the UK, that's called maintenance fee. Second to the last, you have to provide a proof of relationship with your dependents, a strong valid proof like photographs, marriage certificate, everything that shows that you married your wife, you married your husband, or you have your children. I forgot to mention that your mother and your father or your cousin or nephew or nieces are not your dependents, except if you've adopted any of them. The last document that you need to provide is a tuberculosis test if you come from a country that you need to do one. In the interim of working extra 20 hours under the short occupation list, like I mentioned earlier. So if you don't want to work your extra 20 hours in the charity sector, you can do it like you can work as a carer as far as it's under the tier 2 shortage occupation list. So you're gathering experience, you're gathering knowledge and all that. So when your visa expires for the tier 5, you can actually apply for a tier 2 worker visa in the UK, because by that time it's already a year, you already have experience, so you can take up a tier 2 sponsorship visa. As far as you still remain in the UK and you meet some of the eligibility rules, then voila, you can extend your visa with that also. And ensure that you apply for an extension before the visa with you expires. It is very important, because if you lose your status to remain in the UK while waiting for a tier 2 sponsorship visa, you can be deported or you will run out of status. You will be illegal in the UK. To wrap it up, guys, you only need to get a sponsor and a certificate of sponsorship, have a valid international passport, get your tuberculosis test ready, and start applying for jobs. There are various sites that you can apply for jobs, like reads.co.uk, adzuna.co.uk, totaljobs.co.uk, and all of that. Watch out for my next video where I'll be giving you some of the sites to get jobs. Guys, there are jobs plenty. Overall, when you apply, you've done your fingerprints, you submitted your documents, it might take up to 3 weeks to about 9 weeks to get a decision on your visa application. And lastly, the charity sector is quite a broad umbrella in the UK. You will be wondering, what are the jobs I would do as somebody who works under this charity worker visa or the tier 5 worker visa? So guys, watch out for my next video where I'll be telling you the 7 types of roles within the charity sector, the various websites where you can get jobs, and the companies and agencies that are hiring at the moment, and how you can actually land yourself a job as a charity worker in the UK. To stay tuned, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, click that bell like symbol beside it so you can be duly notified whenever I'm dropping a new video. You are grabbing it. Guys, I'm so excited about this visa. It's such a big deal. If you're looking for that easier way to travel, to relocate and work in the UK, and you have various benefits and all that, this is for you. Don't sleep on it. Kindly share this video with anyone that you think needs it, and keep yourself abreast for a new video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Until then, you know how we do it. Peace and light always. Mwah. See you guys.